This week in NBA 2K17, it's time to earn VC in my park. On Saturday the 4th, hit up high-stakes ante-up. Then on Sunday, it's Rival Day. Compete for your park, beat the competition, and get prizes for helping your community. And next Friday, February 10th, it's House Rules. Double dunks where all dunks are worth double. In MyTEAM, you'll want to check out the all-new all-around packs. With Diamond Jason Kidd, Derrick Rose, and Wilt Chamberlain, you won't want to miss out on these cards. Complete the collection to get a Dream Team Clyde Drexler to really improve your lineup. I'm Rachel and welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. Your 2K Prime teams are locked in and this weekend the tournament begins. Back with analysis, we have Scott OG and Chris Manning.
Thank you, Rachel, and welcome back to this segment of 2K TV. I'm Chris Manning, of course, joined by the one and only Scott O'Gallagher, and today we know who is locked in to the 2K AllStar Tournament, Scott.
Here we are, ready to go.
All right, so let's take a look at who qualified in the final round of the 2K AllStar Tournament. First up, we have Slight Work, Road to Legends, For Life, Millie Rock, HD Showtime, and Lion Gates. The final two teams that held down the wildcard spots were Underrated and Drucker Bakker's HG. GFG did not qualify for this tournament. Talk about GFG, Scott.
Gosh, we said that last week, that GFG, we really wanted them to get in. The tournament compared to last year is much better. Our game is bigger. You got the park guys who have now come over to the Pro-Am. The best of the best are starting to find themselves right in this one spot, and even next year it's going to be even harder. So it doesn't necessarily surprise me that a lot of teams from last year are not in.
Now, Scott, do you see any trends in terms of the statistics for the teams that qualified? Any patterns to these teams in terms of the seeding?
Absolutely, especially like 1 through 4. It's points per game, assists, and field goal percentage. Nearly identical across the board. For the most part, they're playing fast. So, I mean, they're gonna have to make adjustments. You know, styles make fights.
When this tournament kicks off, we have a couple seeds that are going to be really interesting matchups. So let's take a look on one side. At the number 1 seed, we have Make It Happen versus the 16th seed, Drucker Bakker's HG. Scott, tell me about these teams.
That's not your normal 16th seed. As we saw, you know, Styles won a championship. He's got that ring. The ring is the thing, Chris. 186 victories. And the biggest question here, like we saw last week, is how can the Drucker Bakkers deal with that matchup zone? You know, sometimes you want to be boastful, you want to be happy, but now you're giving away your secrets. So now it's out there. The streets know what you're going to run. So the Drucker Bakkers, I'm sure, will have a plan and their own scheme. And even on there, they're going to have to deal with Make It Happen offensively, shooting 65% from 3. They're shooting the heck out of it.
That's a high clip. Do you think that championship experience is going to help them move on from the first seed in this tournament? Do you think they can actually advance against Make It Happen?
Yes, especially with the road that we saw the Drucker Bakkers go through last year. And again, you could argue who was the best player. You know, I didn't hear that it was Mr. Styles from a lot of people.
Now let's take a look at the number 2 Top Notch versus the number 15 seed Lion Gates. What can you tell me about these two teams?
Well, Top Notch, 292 wins. They make just under, roughly about 8 threes a game, so that's the lowest among any team that's in the tournament. So again, I don't know their archetypes offhand, but that's something we have to pay attention to. And Lion Gate, 111 wins. So you're seeing some of these 15s or 16s. These are not your normal 15 and 16.
Are those teams that have a little bit of discipline that maybe aren't relying so much on the 3-ball? Do you think that these teams have kind of an angle to have some more success in this tournament?
Yeah, offensively, you're gonna see a lot more efficiency. So I'm more in the favor of the team that's gonna wanna lock down and start their offense by getting stops on the defensive side of the basketball.
I agree. On the other side of the tournament, we have the number 1 seeded Slight Work versus the wild card Underrated, who is at the 16th seed. What can you tell us about these two teams?
Underrated is kind of the sleeper in this thing. That might be one of my first upsets, but they average 25 assists a game. That leads the tournament, or right there, they're right at the top. They came over late, but they've only lost 2 games, and there's something to be said for that.
But you look at these records here, Underrated sitting at 66-2, Slight Work, the number 1 seed, sitting at 196-27. They've won over double the amount of games that Underrated has.
I could be completely wrong. I was a bunch last year, so there could be a ton of blowouts, but 25 assists per game for Underrated at 70%. Like, I like that.
Now, another matchup that I'm very much looking forward to is on the other platform, the 13th seeded For Your Eyes Only, who are 97-22, going up against the number 4 seed, Miamiville, 254-68. We got some MyTEAM players on this team. How is that going to break out in the tournament? How is this going to be affected by, players that maybe have played a little bit more MyTEAM than, let's say, Pro-Am?
Absolutely, that's a good question. And the fact that you don't have Michael Jordan to throw the ball down to, like, in your MyTEAM, some of these guys' MyTEAMs are stacked with unbelievable squads. You got Bird running the right wing, Jordan running the left. I don't know what to do, throw it to there, let him make it happen. Now you got to do this with your My player. I think this is the one tournament game that could be a blowout. For Your Eyes Only. I mean, there's got roster problems going into the tournament. I mean, who knows what they're gonna do. Miamiville seems like they're headed in the right direction. They've had some guys come in and out, but for the most part, they've been blowing teams out. They look like a tough out.
$250,000 and tickets to NBA All-Star Weekend. This is going to be a tournament you will not want to miss.
NBA All-Star Weekend in New Orleans is just around the corner, and who could forget last year's amazing dunk contest between Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon? The duo stopped by the NBA 2K mocap facilities to record some of their best dunks, and we caught up with Aaron Gordon after. Thank you for joining us. When you found out that some of your specific dunks were going to be in 2K17, were you hyped?
Yeah, super hyped.
Which was your favorite that you performed today in mocap?
When we touch your neck and then bring it down here, because I haven't seen that in the video game, so if they could do that, it'd be awesome.
Was the suit okay?
It's a little itchy, a little hot, but it was cool, it was fun. New experience, I enjoyed it.
You did a couple of these super cool dunks in the dunk contest
last
year.
Yeah.
Did you and Zach trade any notes beforehand?
No, that's competition. That's competition. I kind of gave it everything I had. I didn't get the crown, I didn't get the trophy, but we'll see if I can go back and get it.
But you definitely put on a show.
I did.
Which?
Well, I think we all did.
Yeah.
It was fun.
You come from a basketball family.
Yeah.
Who is the toughest on you?
I think my sister. When I was really young, she used to post me up all the time and just back me down, turn, drop step, score on me. And I'd always be mad, like, why don't you shoot jumpers? She's like, I don't need to. So it's like,
oh, man.
God, terrible.
But now she's working with you. She's been there since day one, and now she's there.
Yeah, she's my manager. We have a very good energy. We bounce off each other. We vibe very well. And she's super intelligent, so it's fun to have conversation with her.
Yeah. Let's see one of your moves that you really enjoy doing.
I guess it's just like a shift step over. You can do it off a crossover, off of through the legs, off of behind the back. If it's in your left hand, you're gonna cross over, make them think you're going that way, and then step over this way. And that's your 2 steps, so you're allowed 2 steps. And then that's your shot.
So I got confused for a second because it looks like a travel.
All right, it looks like it, but your dribble is here. So you have your dribble.
You have both legs down.
And then you get 2 steps. 1, 2. There you go.
Cool.
So you can do it either way. So you can go this way, same thing, 1, 2. The goal is to get them off balance, make them think you're going this way, and then you just get right into your jump shot.
I think I needed this in my arsenal when I was playing.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
Never too late. So,
There you go.
Okay.
That's it. You gotta do it. All right, do it quicker. I'm gonna play a token defense. All right, getting the pass from the wing, ISO, 7 seconds left.
From the wing.
Knock it down. That's what I'm talking about.
Got it.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job.
Sweet.
Good work. You're on your way.
Speaking past physical play, I know that you're also really into the mental aspect of basketball.
Right. It's like a muscle, just like a jump shot. It's a skill that you can develop.
There's even been players on our show who shoot like 96 out of 100 free throws, and then in season, their free throw percentage isn't that great.
That's exactly right. That's the mental thing. They're letting other distractions cloud what needs to be done, and they end up bricking.
And you're really good on camera. So are we gonna see you like in TV and movies someday? Thinking about it?
6'9". Actors and actresses are like 5'5". Yeah, so like it would just be my chest if I was on TV. So whatever happens, I just like to be myself.
Well, thank you again, obviously, for doing mocap session and coming on 2K.
Cool.
Hey guys, it's Robby here to talk Aaron Gordon in MyTEAM. With the dunk contest right around the corner, Aaron Gordon is going to be a participant. He almost won it last year. This year, you can make great use of him in MyTEAM Blacktop. He's got a bunch of great dunk animations, and his Gold Moments card can also shoot the three-point shot. So on MyTEAM Blacktop, you love to shoot your threes, you love to drive to the basket and dunk, and he's going to be a blast for you to pick up and play with. On the auction house, you can pick up a couple of great shoes to add to him, and that'll boost him up even further. If you do this, you're going to be taking on the competition and earning some great rewards easier with the shoe boost. A shoe boost on Aaron Gordon emphasizes his strengths. So if you get a dunk shoe or a speed shoe or a three-point shooting shoe, he's going to do even better at what he's already strong at. Don't forget, last year, Aaron Gordon, Klay Thompson, and Karl Anthony Towns all got Moments cards for their All-Star performances. You better pay attention to All-Star Weekend in real life. You might see some cards in the game to reflect what happens over the weekend. So who's your favorite player to posterize fools with on Blacktop? Just remember, you can't beat MyTEAM.
The name of our team is Hoop Supremacy. Our point guard is Lou, and he's a good passer. He does a lot of good things for us. Like, he hits big shots, he plays good defense, he always makes sure we're on the same page, and he tells us, the logic of the game. I'm a basketball player, so sometimes I might be too technical about some stuff, so he gives you like the game version of, we got to do this in the game. So he's like one of our leaders. Then we have Doug, he's the center, and he just gets all the rebounds and protects the paint. Then you have Nex, and he's like our sharpshooter. He rarely misses a shot, so he's really efficient. So we go to him when he's open, or sometimes he's not open, he'll still hit. Then we have me. I play the slasher position, so I'm able to just get out and run, attack the basket, score when needed, rebound, kind of like do everything a little bit, make good passes. Then we have Josh, which is like our spark plug. He's amazing because if he gets high, it's hard to beat us, especially when he's just shooting it from like the half-court line almost, or a couple steps behind before it. So when Josh is going, we're just, we're just a hard team to stop at that point. When we made it, it was just like surreal kind. I was shocked. I was like, no way, not the first try, not the first week, no way. The night before, we lost by 30. So we took a loss not even 5-6 hours before the tournament started. We just wanted to play one game at night just to run over some stuff, and we got smacked. We lost by like 36 points or something. So everybody's going to sleep with that, like, dang, tomorrow's qualifications, like, what we gonna do? And then it must have been a blessing for us because we were rolling through, we rolled through quals, and we played some tough teams. We played a couple undefeated, like 32-0 or 31-0 teams, and we beat them pretty handedly. After we qualified, we just started switching archetypes, just trying to see what can we find that can give us like that much edge, Because when you're playing this game, it's not even about like, it's a couple plays. When you're playing like the top teams, it's one or two plays that decide like winning or losing. Like you miss an open shot, that could cost you the whole game. So you gotta almost play like near perfect. I still feel like sometimes I look on the 2K board, I'm like, dang, we're really gonna play in this in a couple weeks. Like that's the craziest thing ever. Hey, we are Hoop Supremacy. Don't get dropped off.
And welcome back. Every week we've been talking 2K eSports for the 2K AllStar Tournament. We just heard from Hoop Supremacy. I really liked what he had to say. He said something interesting, Scott, in that interview that I want to bring up. He said one or two plays against the best teams can change the whole dynamic of the game. That could be the difference in the game. How important is it against these top-tier teams to not make those costly mistakes?
Oh, no different than in real life, right? You hear that from teams that are in the NBA Finals, right? It's all about execution.
$250,000 on the line, a trip to NBA All-Star Weekend. We're going to see some of the best compete in 2K Pro-Am, and the best of all, we're going to have this all live streamed inside the game via 2K Streamcast. Your other teams can scout you at any point with 2K Streamcast. Not only can the fans watch, but now you have these other teams doing scouting reports. How important is scouting?
Huge. It's everything, I think, if you're trying to win the big money. If you're just going to go out there and what I like to call just roll out the ball and just get out there, I mean, you're going to get waxed.
On February 4th, 16-team tournament. That gets down to the remaining 4 teams, which will be played a week later on February 11th. And then, of course, on February 17th, the console champions face off in front of the entire world in New Orleans. Everybody can watch via 2K Streamcast inside NBA 2K17, so a lot of exciting Pro-Am stuff to look forward to. I know we'll be watching. We hope you will be too.
Now it's time for 2K TV Interactive. What is the most dunks I've had in a single game? Now it's time for you to check out your top plays of the week.
That's on you! Body up on him! He can't guard you! Look at me! Look at me! Yeah, that's all you!
Now it's time to vote. Here are your 4 contenders for the top play of the week. Remember, you can submit your best plays through social media using the hashtag 2KTVWow. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure that you check back next week as we will be bringing you all the action from the 2K Pro-Am All-Star Tournament. I'll see you then.